Hello everyone, welcome back to another English online session. Today I am going to narrate the balance part of the summary, the chapter My Childhood. This chapter describing the childhood of Dr. Abdul Kalam. I have already explained to you about his parents, his hometown Rameshwaram, and about his friends and a few particular incidents. Now I am going to narrate the balance part of the story. Shall we start? I have already mentioned you A.P.J Abdul Kalam had three best friends during his childhood. Their names are Ramanatha Shastri, the son of Lakshmana Shastri. The next one is Aravindan, and the third one is Shiva Prakashan. All of them belonged to a very strict Hindu Brahmin families and were ardent followers of their religion. Abdul Kalam was from a Muslim family. He says that during his childhood, all the children were so close to each other that they never felt they belonged to different religions. Religion was not a barrier in their friendship. There is a very famous temple in Rameshwaram, the Rameshwaram Temple. Dr. Kalam's best friend Ramanatha Shastri was the son of Pakshi Lakshmana Shastri, the priest of this temple. When these three friends grew up, Ramanatha Shastri took the priesthood of the Rameshwaram Temple. Aravindan started a business of transporting the pilgrims to and from the Rameshwaram temple. And Shiva Prakashan became catering contractor for the Southern Railway. He was in charge of the catering for railways. Whenever the Sri Sita Rama Kalyanam ceremony used to take place, APJ's family also took part in it. They used to arrange the boards for it. They used to make a special platform on the boards on which the statue of Ram and Sita were placed and transported from the temple to the marriage site, which was in the middle of a pond named Rama Tirtha. So this was one of the best example of the closeness of or the friendship of these people. These boys were from different religion, but they were very close to Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam. Another important thing mentioned here, Sri Sita Rama Kalyanam. This was a Hindu festival, but all the people, especially Abdul Kalam mentioned his family, arranged boards for the festival and they took part in the festival. This shows the unity of people in Rameshwaram. Even though they belong to different community, different religion, the unity of the people shown in these kind of festivals. This pond was near Abdul Kalam's house. When he was growing up, he never thought that there was any difference between Hindus and Muslims as they participated in the Hindu festivals wholeheartedly. Abdul Kalam says that they listened to stories from the Ramayana and the life of the Prophet from their mother and grandmother as bedtime stories. So they listened to stories of both Hindu gods and Muslim gods. There was no differentiation on grounds of religion. The division of society into four groups, Brahmins, Kshatriyas, Vaishyas, Shudras, was strictly followed in Rameshwaram. Abdul Kalam's science teacher, Shivasubramanya Iyer, was a religious person and an orthodox Brahmin but was a rebellious type of person. So here another person who changed the life of Dr. Abdul Kalam mentioned here. His name is Shivasubramaniam Iyer. This teacher did not believe in the distinction on the basis of the caste system. He worked very hard to break these social barriers. He wanted that people of different caste should interact with each other. He encouraged A.P.J Abdul Kalam to work hard so that he could be at the same level as the highly educated people who lived in big cities. Siva Subramania Iyer's wife, belonged to a traditional and orthodox Brahmin family. She followed the religion very strictly, and to keep the kitchen pure, no one from an inferior religion was allowed to enter the kitchen. When Subramanya Iyer called A.P.J Abdul Kalam for dinner at his home, his wife feared that a boy from a Muslim family would make her kitchen impure. She refused to serve him food in her kitchen. Subramaniam Iyer was neither upset nor angry. Here, the typical attitude of an Orthodox family woman, we can see that in Subramania Iyer's wife, she thought that if Abdul Kalam, he belongs to Muslim family, if he enters in her kitchen, the kitchen would become impure. Subramania Iyer didn't get angry. He himself served food to APJ Abdul Kalam and sat down beside him to eat. His wife stood beside the kitchen door and looked at APJ while he was having food. APJ says that he doesn't think that she felt there was any difference in the way he was having his food, or the way he was drinking water, or in the way he cleaned the floor after the meal. He wants to highlight that religion does not matter, as it does not alter the way in which a person eats food. When APJ was about to leave Shiva Subramaniam Iyer's house, he invited him for dinner once again. When Subramaniam Iyer saw that A.P.J Abdul Kalam was reluctant, he asked him not to be upset. He added that if he had decided to change the system to go against the norms of the society, he had to be strong and brave and confront the situation. So, this was one of the best lessons of APJ Abdul Kalam's life. The teacher trying to teach him, if he wanted to make some changes in the society, he should go against the existing norms or the existing system if it is wrong. When APJ Abdul Kalam visited Shiva Subramaniam's home for dinner the next week, his wife made him sit in the kitchen and served him food with her own hands. This is the change that happened. Now, when the Second World War got over in the year 1945, India was about to get freedom, which happened in the year 1947. Mahatma Gandhi, known as the father of the nation, was a crucial part of India's freedom struggle. He said that Indians would build their own India. The entire country was filled with hope and happiness. Everyone was experiencing such a feeling which they had never felt before. Everyone was hoping that now they would get their freedom. In this part of the lesson, Dr. Kalam sharing his experience and the experience of the people when India got independence. He also mentioned the contribution of Mahatma Gandhi towards Indian independence. Now, APJ Abdul Kalam talking about how he moved from his town to get his higher education. APJ Abdul Kalam asked his father to allow him to go to Ramanathapuram, which was the district headquarters for higher studies. In his reply, his father told him that he knew that APJ Abdul Kalam needed to go away so that he could move ahead in his life. He gave the example of a seagull which seagull is a bird which flies away in the sky all alone and does not have a nest. It means it does not have a home of its own as it keeps on flying from one place to another place. When APJ's mother came to know that he was about to leave home and wanted to go to Ramanathapuram for higher studies, she got upset. APJ's father tried to calm her down and told her a few lines from a famous poem titled Your Children. They are the children of life. Don't think that you can rule your children. They are a result of life's desire for itself. They have their own thoughts. He asked her to give them freedom to fulfill their thoughts. Here, A.P.J Abdul Kalam's father quoted the famous lines of Khalil Gibran, a famous poet, and he knew very much that Abdul Kalam wanted to go out and pursue his ambition, and he just convinced his mother and he left for his higher education. So this is the end of this chapter. Hope you understood the summary of this lesson. His life is highly influential and inspiring. On if you have read the book Wings of Fire, you understand that. Those who didn't read that book, it's high time to read it. Read that book, it will help you a lot. Okay, now what you have to do is you have to read the text once, find the new words and its meanings from the dictionary, write it nearby that. See you in the next class. Bye.